Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to do a bit more refurbishment of my alternator. So you probably have seen the previous video where the alternator was refurbished. After I finished refurbishing the alternator, things still didn't work. So I had to take it out of the car and do further research. And what I found out was that my stator was also damaged. So in this video I am going to swap the stator. And that's basically what you're going to see. Not very difficult task, but yeah, let's just get started with that and make this a quick one. Okay, so I have here my new stator. You see the windings are all shiny, and the alternator is all taken apart already. So I'm saving you the bother of all of those time lapses. The old stator is here. Now I've already pulled it out. I've pushed it back in just for the sake of demonstrating the process. But all I had to do to pull the stator out was to turn it around and hold it on my vise. Here's the important part of this. Let's see if I can get some more light here. As you can see, there's the windings, and then there's this solid metal piece, ring around it. So the goal here is to hammer next to the windings onto that solid piece of metal. So I have just not a center punch, just a punch. And what I'm going to do is just fit it between these windings around, and then hammer it out like this. And now the technique is just to do it as close to that ring of metal as possible in the and between the windings. So maybe this center punch is a bit too thick to do through these windings, but it's not too thick to do through these ones here. So over here, and I'm just pushing it out tiny bit on one side, tiny bit on the opposite side. Yeah, the technique is just to hammer it all around as you're going through, so that it doesn't lock itself. Now obviously, because I've taken this out already, it was a lot easier to come out than the first time you do it. So that was just to demonstrate how to do it. And as you see, I've hammered the windings when I was pushing it out, and that's perfectly fine because this is just broken already. So because it's already damaged, I'm not afraid of damaging it further. Right, so here I have the housing, effectively, and to clean it I'm just using some of these. I don't know what the name of this is, but it's what you use in the kitchen to clean up, you know, difficult pots and pans. And this is just to remove bits of the rust and everything, and anything that is lying about. I just found that using this wire mesh, it's quite nice for this type of cleaning. It's more practical than using the wire brushes, because the wire brushes, then you have to kind of get them into angles and all of that, and the wire mesh just does the job nicely. So there's the new bearing is still there. Everything is just fine, and all I have to do now is just make sure that I'm going to put things back together in the correct alignment. So I'm just going to make sure that I know how things are supposed to align and where the windings are supposed to come out. So that's where the 4 windings have to come out. And now before fitting anything, I'm going to confirm that the stator is working fine. So I should have continuity between this and each one of these 3. That winding is also good. Now, I had one winding broken on the old one. I might as well demonstrate that. I may have more than one now because of the removal process. No, so I have 2 windings good. But the 3rd winding, there's no connection. So that was the issue with my old stator. So the new stator is all fine. Now it's just a matter of pushing it and aligning it as I'm pushing. And as you can see, it's the perfect fit. So I don't need to put a lot of pressure on it. I just need to tap it gently and push it down with the same technique that I removed the old one. Right, hopefully you can get an idea of how close to flush this is. It's not perfectly flush yet, so I may need to hammer it a little bit more. Okay, so after a few checks I found out that the outputs from these were actually shorted with the body. So I believe that by adjusting everything and by the fact that these 4 pins don't fully adjust there must have been something that was touching. So what I'm doing is just adding insulating tape around them to make it absolutely sure that there will be no contact after these are installed, just in case something could have connected. So just a quick check on the connectivity, so all of these are fine. Yeah, and no shorts to the body. So I'm just going to put the rest of it all together. Right, that's the alternator fully assembled again. This time with a new stator. So fingers crossed. Oh, it's not fully assembled. There's still that missing. Fingers crossed, this will be the last time that I need to take this alternator out of the car, once it goes back in, obviously. So, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.